Barry, in the new film Rescue Dawn, Christian Bale plays real-life Navy pilot Dieter Dengler, who miraculously escaped from a Laotian prison camp in the early days of the Vietnam War. Now, this role is only the latest in a long resume of standout film performances by Bale, an actor who never shies away from an on-screen challenge. Here's your Backstage Pass.
This mission is classified. No one can know. Come in!
Christian, I saw this film just the other night, and I thought the film was just riveting. What was it about this film, Rescue Dawn, that drew you to the role and also fascinated you with Dieter Dengler?
There's two fascinating characters. There's Dieter Dengler himself, and there's also Werner Herzog, the director. Both unusual characters, great friends themselves, who had very similar childhoods in Germany. But just very intriguing characters, the both of them. I was fascinated with Dieter and his story and his character, and the fact that he was the only, successful survivor of a Laotian POW camp, and this incredible optimism that he had that allowed him to survive, even though he's a very unlikely kind of a war hero.
You can run in here if you like, but I'm gonna scram. You cannot escape. Let's say you make it out of camp without water. You won't survive more than 2 days out there. The jungle is the prison.
Let's talk about a few of your other wonderful films. You got your start at the age of 13, where you had an actor's dream. You got to work with Steven Spielberg at the age of 13 in Empire in the Sun. What was that like?
It was great. It was a great adventure for me. I was 13. I couldn't really give a damn about movies, but loved the whole experience of actually making them.
Dr. Rollins, do you remember how we helped to build the runway? If we'd died like the others, I'm going to be in the runway. In a way, it's our runway.
No, it's their runway, Jim. Try not to think so much. Try not to think so much!
What was kind of interesting in looking back at Empire of the Sun, your character in that film had the same sort of fascination with flying as Dieter Dengler does.
No, a very, very similar experience also with, and both obviously being true stories. Empire of the Sun being the true story of J.G. Ballard, and Rescue Dawn being Dieter's true story, and both having this actual eye contact with a US Air Force pilot, where he was going so slowly that they were able to look straight at each other, and that kind of transformed their lives. Yeah, it was very uncanny, the similarities there.
How'd you ever end up a pilot? I was with my brother. We were looking out, and we see this fighter plane, beautiful, coming right at us. And it's firing from his wings, and I see the machine gun is flashing, and it goes flying past the house. He's looking right at me. And as he turns, he's turning back, he's looking right at me still. And the thing is, from that moment on, little Dieter, he needed to fly.
Now, critics loved you in The Machinist. You seem to choose roles that really immerse yourself in the character and are also, again, very physically demanding, because you lost quite a bit of weight for that role. Yeah. I got into this because I enjoy the kind of insane way of everybody taking it so seriously. I like that, and so I enjoy it when I can afford to immerse myself into something completely.
There was an accident at the shop. A man was nearly killed thanks to me.
Oh my God.
Now the guys at work are against me. They want me out, and I don't blame them. It's the way they're going about it, their eyes and their little games.
In talking about complex characters, one of your most complex and controversial was American Psycho, where you played a sort of misogynistic serial killer. There was a book out at the time that was also very controversial. When you took on that role, was it difficult for you to choose it, or was it an easy choice for you?
It was an easy choice for me because I saw it immediately for what it is. It's a satire.
Howard, it's Bateman, Patrick Bateman. You're my lawyer, so I think you should know I've killed a lot of people. Some escort girls in an apartment uptown. Some homeless people, maybe 5 or 10. An NYU girl I met in Central Park. I left her in a parking lot behind some donut shop. I killed Bethany, my old girlfriend, with a nail gun.
it's not something that delves into the psyche of any kind of serial killer whatsoever. It's purely satirical, and I consider it a comedy. A black comedy, yes, but still a comedy.
As an actor, what kind of roles fascinate you the most, that you look for, that you really want to go out there and grab and sort of attack?
You know, I know I want to see it, that's all. Obviously, I don't want to repeat myself, but that's all I can say is I know I want to see it, because short of writing your own scripts, then you're at the mercy of just finding a script that you really can connect to, and then obviously in finding that connection with the director, which, believe me, does not always happen in the way that it happened with this movie, with Rescue Dawn.
I am your true friend. I will not lie to you. I will never let you down.
Here we are! Oh, please! Please be real!
Bale is currently working on the next installment of the Batman franchise, titled The Dark Knight. The eagerly awaited sequel to Batman Begins pits the Caped Crusader against the Joker, played by Heath Ledger. Meantime, Rescue Dawn opens in theaters nationwide on July 20th. Barry?